the reason why we actually jumped on to do this episode, you guys, is because I saw a post on Instagram by you recently. Actually, I think it's your most recent post right now, but talking about how postpartum and in motherhood specifically can be very, very lonely.
Yeah.
Very lonely. One of the main things that women have told me over the years why they follow me on Instagram is because they just feel less alone.
Yeah.
And it's just really, really powerful just to make someone not feel alone. And so right now with social distancing, it can feel even more isolating and more lonely. So have you seen anyone sharing some just tips or ideas or thoughts on that you have thought have been spectacular?
Yeah. So I wanted to start with reiterating, like, what I have seen is this increase in the conversation of this is lonely. So just kind of normalizing that, right? At all times. And now specifically, this feels lonely. And, I think one, there is a cool opportunity to get to know ourselves a little bit better, to get to know the people in our home, even our babies. Like, there's a lot that we can take and learn from them. But these like voice messages and video messages are imperative right now. Finding those ways to see someone's face, whether it's, a Zoom call, a group. There are a lot of these groups popping up and making their way. And I know that you are an advocate for this too, but I am always encouraging women to be really intentional about their intake. Be so intentional, especially right now, about what images and words and comparisons that you are bringing into your intake, because that can so escalate loneliness when you are in those depths of feeling like you're doing it worse, or you're not doing it good enough, or someone else is really exceeding right now and you're not. I think that is the number one culprit of loneliness is this comparison and feeling like we're not doing it right or enough.
Yeah, so being like hyper aware of what you're taking in right now.
Yeah.
Because I have 6 kids, so this is already on my mind just like everybody else. But if I had a baby, I would have to be even more careful with the stories I
Yeah.
read or what I watch or who I follow on Instagram or Facebook. Like very, very careful. Like we've seen floating around, I've shared it before too over the years of if you follow anyone who makes you feel like you're not doing enough, unfollow them or whatever it is.
Hmm.
And that's really relevant right now too. Like if
Yeah.
you don't have to unfollow, you can like mute people's stories, you can mute their posts, you can unfollow, but you don't have to unfriend, and just kind of make your space not like this isn't about putting your head in the sand. We're all
Hmm.
very aware of what's going on. This is
Hmm.
protecting your mental health and
Right.
your mental space right now, which is already a delicate time anyways with mental health.
Yes.
And it'd be
Yeah.
really easy to spiral. So yeah, be
Yeah.
hyper aware of what you're taking in your space, who you're letting around in your space. We already feel this way under normal circumstances,
Of
right?
course.
Because we
Yeah.
tell women all the time, but right now be very, very, very hyper aware of it. And I think like I agree with you. When somebody texts me, not messages me on Instagram, but somebody who has my phone number actually texts me to say, hey, I just want to check in on you. Like, how are you feeling right now? It means the
Hmm.
world. It
Yeah.
means so much because like you and me, like we hold space for so many people, but a lot of times the people holding space don't have anyone that holds space for them.
Hmm.
It's kind of an ongoing just dilemma we face sometimes. And I have really opened myself up to a lot of friendships and a lot of just wonderful people over the last year. And now some of those people are checking in with me, and it just means so much to me. And they're offering to help. And that offer I know is genuine. Like it's
Yeah.
a surface offer, like, oh, do you need any help? And they're hoping I'm like, no, I'm good. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah, like that person. They actually are like, I will go and find toilet paper and mail it to you right now.
Right.
And they would actually do it, and I've had
Yeah.